How's it going, everybody? So, been needing to do this video on my battling of vermetid snails for a little bit, and I've actually recorded a couple videos now that I'm going to be posting very soon. This is the first one, and it's actually what you don't want to do. So, trying different options to get rid of these things, and I tried the super glue method first, which is a horrible idea. Don't ever do it. I'm posting this video so you can see why it's just a nightmare. So don't try this at home. It's just a bad idea. I think in the next videos that I'll post, you guys will see why it's just not a good idea. So if you're gonna try and go after these vermetid snails, you just have to be like a super predator and get some bone clippers. Don't even try to pliers; those things are okay, but you get some nice bone clippers and just going after them one by one. You know, take an hour or 2 or 3 hours at a time. It's a pain, but just going after those rocks and sticking with it. And some bumblebee snails really help too. So, but here is basically a video as to why you don't try gluing vermetid snails. So enjoy.
What is going on, everybody? Today we are doing vermetid snail removal on a large coral. So what does that mean? Well, we've got this giant coral. It's a gorgeous brain coral, had it forever. Had no idea that it was under attack by vermetid snails. Basically, we had these two colonies here of the candy canes, and they came under attack in a really bad way from the vermetid snails. And I was using needle nose pliers, and it works really well to crunch them because you can get right up on them. But when I was getting up in there, I ended up splitting up the colony. So that's a huge pain. But anyways, what's going on here? Basically, you can see. I'll zoom in. You can see the entire underside of this coral is it's got them everywhere. And the problem is it's basically affecting the health and the growth. So they just keep making more and more and more of themselves everywhere. And there's probably a few hundred on this. So I'm not even going to try the method of the needle nose pliers. We're going to go ahead and use super glue. So coming over here, and it's taken me a while to kind of figure out what we're going to do. This seems to make the most sense. So we got some basic gourmet cheesecloth right here, picked it up at the store. And I've got some aquarium water. I've got some extra right in here. I've already filled this up. So this should be a one-man job. And basically the notion is that we're going to put it face down inside here, and that way it's protected, and it's got this little soft coating to protect it from getting hurt. And then we're going to go ahead and use some BRS super glue and super glue up all the little tubes. If you guys aren't familiar with how those vermetid snails operate, they bring out this mucus net, which is how they feed, and that mucus net just attacks any kind of soft tissue in the area. So so that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully this works. Next up is me putting it in, and we'll see how that goes, and then we'll start gluing those little guys up. Feel them already crunching under me. My God, this thing weighs a ton. Okay. Wow, look at all them. Oh wow, there's a clam under here. Look at that. Okay, let's move it over. Oh shit. Slopped into it. Okay. I have to be quick. Look at this little scallop. See if we can get him out. He's pretty stuck on there. Okay, I think the biggest part is we've got him totally submerged. Good, but we can see all the vermetid snails. So oh, look at this tube right here. Okay. All right, guys. So basically, here's what we got going on. You know, this is the poor coral. He is just like literally covered with these vermetid snails. This is years of growth on him, and so I hope this helps some of you guys out that have a similar issue. I'll post some updates for how this coral is doing after this treatment. I'm gonna go ahead put some fresh water on this just to go ahead and try and get some of the toxins off that this sheer amount of glue is going to obviously put on this, and then we're going to put them back in. But I'm probably going to go ahead and put them into a different zone so it's a little easier to get out and work on. So I'm probably going to put them into a lagoon tank. All right, guys. So here's where Mr. Coral is going to be hanging out. We're going to be putting him in the lagoon tank for observation and easy access for a while. Hopefully he does well in this system. I think he will. There's plenty of light in here, maybe too much light, but you can see I got majority of these silly little snails, but there's still a bunch that are in there. So we're just going to have to keep at it. And I think just look at this. You can see where he actually had some new growth and where they're encroaching on them. So we're just going to basically have to keep at it and promote the growth of this guy because we can't lose him, So anyways, guys, stay tuned for the next few months, because if I've learned anything about coral restoration, it takes months to years to do. And just so you can see, overall the cheesecloth did a really good job. You can see that he did get a little hurt in some areas, but overall the cheesecloth really helped protect his soft tissue. So I'm glad that worked out. And if you're wondering how to get it out of the bowl, it's easier if you have somebody that helps you get it out. So basically they lift up the cheesecloth for you, and then you have your hand ready to pick it up, because what's going to happen is you could go crush all those snail holes that you just covered up, and then they're going to start popping out again. So in any case, talk to you guys soon.